Hey everyone, so in this video what we're going to be doing is we're going to be covering sales order overall, like how to manage sales orders. We're going to touch on sales order sources. We won't go into too much detail on how to integrate sources. That's going to be a separate video. So if you want to see how Shopify works with Brahmin, that's going to be a separate video. Also on the shipment side, we're going to cover the fact that you can close out orders, you can send them to ShipStation and then have it fulfilled in Brahmin. But we're not going to specifically talk about the ShipStation integration, how it works together, how to set it up. That's going to be a separate video. Again, it's super easy to kind of do all that, so there'll be a separate video for it. Okay, so let's cover sales orders. All right, so you're a business, you're a manufacturer, wholesaler, retailer, and you're selling items, right? You are. So I'm going to go over to the view sales screen, which is going to show me all my open orders. So you might be a wholesaler where you're getting orders from a EDI platform. You might be getting email orders. You might be getting them through Fair or some sort of wholesale portal, bringing them into the system, right? You might be a retailer. You might have point of sale orders, or you might be a direct to consumer, bringing them through Shopify, WooCommerce, or BigCommerce. All right. The other part of it is manual orders. You're getting email and phone orders. And you need to just type them into the system, right? You might be a small business, or and the customers that are placing orders are small business customers. Okay, so Brahmin handles all of that, and one of the things that we maintain here is we call it something called channel. That's going to maintain. If it says WMS, that's us. Where we call ourselves a lean inventory warehouse management ERP system. So that channel is going to see WMS. That means it's entered manually in the system, right? If it comes in from Shopify, Fair, Amazon, whatever it is, whatever the channel is, it's going to say that channel name. Okay. Before you can create any customers, again, if it's coming from an order source, it is typically automated, right? Meaning that the system will look to see if the customer exists. If it doesn't, it will create a new customer. If you're creating a manual order, something that's wholesale, something that you have to key in, basically, you need to first make sure that the customer exists. So here's the customer screen. So I'm going to pull up, for example, Jedi Academy here. I'm going to move myself. So here you can see that you can add in addresses, you can add in contacts. You can also, again, you can set up billing addresses. You can set up shipping addresses. So a customer could have multiple ship tos, all right? So you can manage that here. If they have multiple bill tos, you can also manage that here. Also contacts. You can manage a contact such as, are they an order contact? Are they an invoice contact? Are they a shipment contact? So you can manage all of that here. So in this case, I'm just going to turn it off for these. Okay. Other things that you can manage. You can set up a default price list. So if this is a customer that is, you're giving them, maybe you're giving them wholesale prices, right? So I can set them up as a price list. Again, there's a product overview video which covers like how to create products, and then how to also set up like the pricing for specific items. Okay, and other things that you could do, you can set up alert notes. So anytime you're creating an order, automatically you are alerted that there's a note on this customer. Okay, set up minimum order amounts, pre-set up carriers, payment terms. So you can set up all of this data ahead of time. Okay, so I'm gonna configure this customer that, okay, they are they send it, for them it's UPS, minimum order. You can also do minimum order quantity versus minimum order amount as well. Okay, so if they need to order a minimum of 2, all right, you can set that up here. Okay, couple things, you can maintain memos, attachments, customer pricing rules, and so on. So there's a separate video on the customer pricing and all of that'll be handled there. Okay, so you have your customer set up. Now it's about for you to manage your sales. To go ahead and create the sales. All right, so this is a list of all your open sales. Everything is organized by default by what needs to go out first. So that's going to be what needs to be shipped out first, which is the order on top, and then what needs to be shipped out latest, which is going to be orders on the bottom. Okay, these are all open orders. Open orders mean that they have been confirmed, they have been placed. They are also in process. If anything is fulfilled, it does not appear as open. Okay. Also, one thing to note here: if something has been fulfilled but hasn't been invoiced, it won't appear here. You would actually have to, there's a separate tab called to invoice. They'll kind of show you if something has been fulfilled but hasn't been invoiced yet, okay? Open, since this is view sales, it's primarily looking at it in this in the terms of, has this order been fulfilled? Has the order not been fulfilled, okay? We also have saved, which is basically like a draft order. Right now, we do not have any drafts. If there is a draft order, it's there. Again, inventory allocation does not happen to a saved order. It only happens to a confirmed order, okay? We also have you see a bunch of columns with a bunch of dates. Again, all of these columns are customizable. You can turn on and off like what you need, what you don't need. Again, it's different for every business, okay? We recently released this new feature called SKU availability. That is on the order level. It's going to tell you, can you fulfill this order as of right now, okay? And if you can't, it looks and sees, all right, again, based on the priority that the top gets the inventory first and so on, it's going to say, well, based on incoming inventory, when can you fulfill it, all right? If something is out of stock, that typically means that there's not enough inventory, okay? To fulfill it based on what's been planned, all right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and plan, I'm going to create a sales order to kind of show you how that process works, all right? So we have a customer called the Jedi Academy. We've set it up. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to use them, all right? So we're going to see Jedi Academy here. You'll see that the customer does not meet the minimum order quantity. Well, we've set up the order quantity, all right, that we just did recently. And you'll see that the price list is automatically pre-populated to wholesale because that's what we set it up as, okay? And here, you'll see the ship from is your warehouse that you're in, which is right now I'm in the main warehouse. Ship to, bill to. These are from the customer level. You can go ahead and change them as you need to. So you can click change, add a new ship to address, just so that this sales order is going to maybe it's going to a separate, completely different location or a DC or something like that. Okay. And then a couple dates here that are important. Confirm date automatically gets set by the system, but you can backdate it. Let's say you have an order that came in yesterday. You just didn't put it into the system. Happens. You can put that into the system and backdate it. Ship by date is when you are estimating to ship it by. This is only required before you confirm the order so that it goes into the priority queue. All right. And then we have fulfill date, delivery date. Fulfill date gets automatically entered. Once the shipment is, everything has been delivered, the system sets it based on that current date. You can also backdate it. And then delivery is when you expect to actually deliver this to the customer. You can maintain that if you want to. And cancel date is if you're a wholesaler or a manufacturer and they have a certain date till they can cancel or make modifications. So that would be the cancel date, right? If they're trying to change anything past cancel date, you can kind of know that you can't do that. All right. Okay. You can also add sales reps, reference order numbers. And also another thing is if there's any fields that you feel like they do not exist, you have the ability, I'm going to open up another tab here. You have the ability to go to settings, configurations, and then there's going to be configurations and let's see here, custom fields. Okay. So you can go ahead and create custom fields on a sales order. So if you feel like you need to track more data, you have the ability to create custom fields. All right. So it could be of type date, note, whatever it is, you can create a custom field so you can maintain that. If you want to maintain your own status, you could do that. If you want to maintain your, maybe a specific date, sometimes we've seen customers want to maintain like a pickup date, right? That could be like a freight pickup or whatever it might be, or a customer pickup. Okay. So you can do that. You can create a custom field and then it will appear basically here as a custom field. All right. Okay. In order to create a sales order, the other things you need to do is add a line item. So here I'm going to say that the customer is going to order lightsabers. Let's say I actually have -5 available. You'll see the visibility right off the bat. Availability it's basically what's available to sell. You'll see that I'm actually short -5 here, but okay, I'm going to go ahead and place 10. I'm going to place 10 here. And I can also add another item here. So if they want let's say a force amplifier, again, this is also not available, so I need to produce this. I can also add a shipping cost and so on. Okay. So this is what they want. I'm going to say this needs to be shipped out. Before I enter this, I can actually just save this. which now it's basically a draft order, right? So it's like, it's in the save tab, okay? It's a draft order, nothing has been allocated. But in order for me to allocate, I just need to add the ship by date. Let's say that this is not gonna go out till December 2nd, confirm it, now that the order has been placed, okay? Once the order has been placed, a bunch of things you could do. You'll see the invoice tab coming up, shipping tab coming up. So you can start invoicing against it. You can start shipping against it as soon as the order is placed. Obviously, you need to have enough inventory. You also can do things like adding memos, which are kind of your notes on the specific order. You can also add attachments, so you can take shipment pictures before you ship it out. You can maybe add any kind of documentation that goes along with this order. You can do that. Maybe you want to attach a PO that they emailed you. You can do that, okay? Other things like details. Again, these are just details on the specific order. This all comes from the customer configuration itself, okay? All right, so now the order is placed. If I go back into my view sales, you'll see that the order is all the way on the bottom here. It says out of stock. Also, a couple of things you can do is you can see order statuses here as well, to see if it's been invoiced, it hasn't been paid, okay? We'll have a specific video on the planning of the order specifically. This is, again, more of an overview of the sales. Going back into the sales order, you have the ability to email the sales order. You can click email, pre-populates it with the customer information. You can also customize this template as well. So if you go to settings, there is email template. You can customize the sales order template as well with specific custom fields. Okay. You can also print this sales order, email this manually if you want. This printing of this is just it's just like a manual. It generates a PDF. This PDF can be configured. Okay. So you can email a customer. You can maintain that. And then when you do email them, the system will track that you've emailed the customer, okay? Once the order, let's say, is ready, I'm gonna actually open up an order that's in stock and ready to be shipped. Okay, so order, once it's ready, you have the ability to just go over to the shipping side. You can do your manual picking here. This product, if the products are lot tracked or serial tracked like this is, I also can select, I'm just gonna manually select the lots, right? So I can select the specific lots and so on. So here I can select a lot, save it. I can pick it so that it's locked. I can allocate inventory to a specific order and basically leave it there, okay? Once I allocate an inventory, it's locked to that order. So if you have a wholesale order, maybe you produced a bunch of inventory for it and you still need to produce more items, you can actually take that lot numbers or that specific inventory, lock it to that order, so no order basically takes it, okay? You'll see that this has been fully picked. You can also do multi-shipments, so if you want to just ship out only 2 lightsabers and then ship the rest out in another shipment, you have the ability to do so. And when it comes to packing, either you can send it over to a ship station or other shipping platform we integrate, and then everything gets handled there, meaning like the label is printed, and then once the label is printed and closed, it comes back into the system, updates the tracking, updates the carrier, okay? Or you can just manually do it in the system saying, okay, well, this is gonna be sent out by UPS, and then here is the tracking information, and I'm gonna go ahead and click ship, okay? Once I've marked the order as shipped, the order is fulfilled. You'll see that it's not part of the queue anymore, all right? It's now going to be in all here that it's fulfilled, okay? Right here. All right, a couple things that you can do from the sales screen. So if you decide to invoice a customer, you have the ability to come here, go to invoice, and then basically invoice the customer, okay? You can also see any sales orders that are late, all right? So you can see that here, seeing any orders that are late. So you have the ability to either update the dates or ship the order out now, okay? All right, so that just kind of gives you an overview of how to manage your sales orders. Sometimes you might have some specific workflows. Maybe you want to manage like specific tasks being done on the orders. You want to manage like something is on hold. Things like that, like specific workflows. One of the things that you could do is use tags as a way to do more filtering. You can also create custom fields as a way to do more filtering. So tags is another cool way to kind of do this. Let's say if this is just gonna go to bulk action. Okay, in bulk actions, I have the ability to print multiple pick tickets I can pack orders. I can move this to another warehouse. There's a bunch of things that I could do here. I'm just going to add a tag here. I'm going to say it's a hurry up order. It's a, so I can add that. I can add another tag as well. Okay. So that can be used for filtering, organizing your sales orders much better. Also, there's an advanced search here as well. Okay. All right. Let's talk about order sources. So again, email orders, phone orders, you're going to manually key in. You have the ability to, we're going to go over to the add-ons here. There's a bunch more integrations that we actually do not see here. You just need to tell us you can integrate via Zapier. You can also integrate through our B2B wholesale portal that allows you to invite customers, take orders in. We could do EDI, Shopify. We can also do BigCommerce, WooCommerce. Very, very simple to set up. There's going to be a specific video for it. We can also integrate with payment platforms, accounting platforms, and also shipping platforms. Okay, so shipping platforms, basically, you send the shipment there to basically, all you're doing is you're doing all the work here in Brahmin. You're just going over there to basically get a label, and then the label gets updated back into the system. Okay, if the order source is not Brahmin, meaning that it's not first created in Brahmin, it comes in from, let's say, Shopify, WooCommerce, wherever it is, Brahmin basically updates it. As soon as you close an order out, we actually go back into that order in that source and actually close it out. Okay, we can also download updates from your order source, so you can download orders automatically into the system, and then they're closed out in your order source. We can actually just auto pick and close it out within our system as well. Okay, so it's super flexible. Bunch of different order sources. If there's an order source that doesn't exist, it doesn't take us long to integrate. Super easy. It takes us about 2 weeks to really integrate with almost any order source. So if you guys have any questions on this, schedule a demo with us. We'd love to kind of walk you through with your own data. And if you need any other specific questions in regards to order source integration or shipping, watch those specific videos as well. All right. Thank you.